Hello guys, welcome back to another video and stuff, am I right? Why has it always got to be to scale? That's why from now on I'm only buying things that are comically small. Ooh, that must be my order. Just as I always wanted.
Mini consoles. Whenever a successful console comes out, the company that creates that said console looks to the future to see what they can do to profit off this success. They'll often choose to make revisions or updates to these consoles, usually better running and with more horsepower. However, one of the most frequent changes is to make this console smaller. This is done for many reasons: to set it apart from the original, to make it more light and compact, or so you can fit it in your suitcase. Yeah, but there's one Nintendo employee out there saying, "No need to thank me." However, most of the time, these revisions' lack of size would also require a lack of some other more important features, whether that be backwards compatibility, Wi-Fi connectivity, or something else. Now, this trend all started with the cavemen consoles of the ancient age. Consoles such as the Atari 2600 would get mini or junior models that would allow the console to be a lot smaller. The NES, Master System and SNES all had revised models, although I don't think these count as mini consoles. I think there's a strict bean scale comparison. The Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, however, did have a mini revision, and this was the console's third revision, and it was a lot smaller than the two that came before. To be fair, the second model was also quite small, but the third model really made a difference. However, like the curse said, that this console came with a cost. No Sega CD or 32X games would be used with this version of the console.
What? What did you say? That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think you're missing too much with that. In terms of handhelds, they had a lot more mini versions than their older brother home consoles. The Game Boy had the Game Boy Pocket, which wasn't that much smaller than the Game Boy, but I guess it counts. The Game Boy Advance had the Game Boy Micro, which was a ridiculously small version of the GBA. However, that evil curse strikes again, this time removing original Game Boy and Game Boy Color support from the Micro, and this time it actually means something. The PSP also had its own mini console of sorts, the Psp Go. This console was far too ahead of its time and featured only online support, no physical games or cartridges, and meant that the console failed big time. That's why you probably didn't remember this system till I brought it up. Sony tried to wipe your memory of it ever existing. Now, the PS1 was also given an upgrade in the form of the PS1. Okay, they look different if you read them. This was a much smaller and compact version of the PS1 with light grey controllers, which I own, but not the actual console for some reason. This console was compact enough that you could now take it on the road with a special screen adapter. Now, by looking at me, can you tell I've never experienced this before in my life? The Nintendo 64 and GameCube both passed on the mini console, however the PS2 got its own small form with the Ps2 Slim, which after this would become a staple of the PlayStation consoles. Now here's the thing, the Wii got two revisions. One was a blue Wii that wasn't technically smaller but removed a lot of features of the Wii such as GameCube support. Now the reason why I showed you this wasn't just because I have one, but you also got to prepare yourself for the Wii Mini. What will it look like? Well, here it is. Yeah, this also dealt with the formidable drawbacks of lack of GameCube support as well as the lack of internet connectivity, and I bet there was one guy who was pleased about that.
Woo, yeah, yeah, yes. Guys?
Well, at least the Wii got some other revisions. The Wii U never got any. However, the PS3 and 4 both got slim models similar to the PS2 Slim, with the PS3 even getting a super slim model. Both slim PS3s lost their PS2 support, but apart from that they were worthy successors to the original. The original Xbox and Xbox 360 got their own slim models, with the 360s resembling the Xbox One. Speaking of my undecided acquaintance, the One got the Xbox One S, which is the model that I own that I said in the Xbox video that I didn't mind. Of course, the Xbox Series X, the name of which I still hate, got the Xbox Series S, which was a cheaper version of the console that sacrificed the disc drive for the power of digital games. This was similar to the Psp Go over 10 years before it, except this one was actually successful. The Nintendo 3DS console received a bread-looking counterpart in the form of the 2DS, which removed the 3D effect, you know, the main gimmick of the console. Luckily, later 2DS models looked less bread-like, but this idea always felt strange to me. Suddenly, around 2017, the term mini console took a whole new meaning. This came with the release of the Mini NES and later Mini SNES. Yeah, that's right guys, you got one in the end. These were smaller consoles that came with a few of the best games from each system. Soon after this, the PS1 and Sega Genesis came out, which did the opposite of Nintendo's. One was good and one was bad. I'll let you decide which one. Now, unlike what were classed as mini consoles before, these weren't the same consoles in a smaller package. No, these were new consoles that contained the games of these old systems. However, the spirit of these older mini consoles continue in the Switch Lite, a smaller and more affordable Switch. I've talked about this system before, as I'm generally one of those maniacs who leaves the main Switch in dock, so it's great to have something to bring around places. However, we return to our good old friend drawback with the Lite, as the Joy-Cons are no longer detachable and the console no longer hooks up to the TV. However, I can get around these drawbacks for my use of this console, as it isn't a replacement for the main Switch, so I don't think this will cause any angry mobs anytime soon.
Alright guys, it's finally time. Let's open up this box and see what comically small product awaits us. Ah, come on.